what's up, y'all? Preston from Fight Media 360 here. So this is a quick preview and prediction for the Korean Zombie versus Dan Ige. So if you guys don't know, this fight takes place on the weekend, on Saturday, on ESPN Plus. So yeah. So now let's talk about their stats, then the odds, and then what they need to do to win, and then my final prediction. So let's start off with the Korean Zombie. So the Korean Zombie has a record of 16 wins, 6 losses, stands at a height of 5'9", weighs in at 145 pounds, fighting out of Gyeongnu, North Gyeongsang, South Korea. I apologize if I mispronounced that. And yeah, Dan Ige comes into the fight with a record of 15 wins, 3 losses, stands at a height of 5'7", weighs in at 145 pounds, and is fighting out of Honolulu, Hawaii, United States. And yeah, so the Korean Zombie is listed as a 70-30 favorite over Dan Ige. And yeah. So now we got that out the way. Now let's talk about what they need to do to win. Let's start off with the betting favorite, the Korean Zombie. So what I would like to see, the key to victory for the Korean Zombie is be a counterpuncher. Lately, I've not been that impressed with the Korean Zombie. He did, he isn't necessarily slow, but he is definitely slowing down. And he definitely can't be slow against a guy like Dan Ige. So I like him, to kind of like get his speed up. And also the key to victory is being a better counterpuncher. Because Dan Ige does get hit a lot, and he does leave his chin wide open. And I think the Korean Zombie should be a counterpuncher in this fight. And then, just hitting him all over the place, kicking him. I would really like the Korean Zombie to be a better, stand-up fighter than Ige in this fight. Do not go, take him to the ground, because Dan Ige is a very good fighter when it comes down to the ground game. Very good on the feet, very good on the ground. So I think the Korean Zombie needs to make this a stand-up fight and be a really good counterpuncher. I haven't really been that impressed of the Korean Zombie. He's just been looking slow lately, So that's pretty much what he needs to do is don't take him to the ground. Be a really good counterpuncher. Be the faster fighter, and just try to knock Dan Ige out. Just completely just shred him apart, because the Korean Zombie has hands. He has very good hands, and he do carry some power, so he could definitely knock Dan Ige out. I don't think he will. I think just Dan Ige's chin is very, very good. I feel like Dan Ige's chin would handle the Korean Zombie's power. I'm not saying that the punches wouldn't hurt, but I just don't see the Korean Zombie stopping Dan Ige, or knocking Dan Ige out. So I think that I just think he needs to just try to look for the kill, try to knock him out, be a better counterpuncher, hurt Dan Ige, get Dan Ige's attention, make Dan Ige cautious, and then just kind of terrify Dan Ige. So yeah, so that's what the Korean Zombie needs to do to win. On to Dan Ige. What I would like to see from Dan Ige is I would like Ige to really just out-punch the Korean Zombie. Because definitely the faster puncher in this fight is Dan Ige, and the better striker in this fight is, in my opinion, Dan Ige. So I think he needs to use his hands and his advantage, and use his, him being the younger man as a advantage over the Korean Zombie, and just try to drive him into the deep waters. Try to out wrestle the Korean Zombie. Don't, like, you know, be Marvin Vettori, because Marvin Vettori can't do good against people that can wrestle and that know how to get up and neutralize the wrestling. So don't be like him, you know. Just try to, like, make it your kind of fight on the ground. Try to submit the Korean Zombie. And then just pretty much just make the judges impressed by your work, and then just dominate the fight on the ground and on the feet. I think in my opinion, Dan Ige just is having better. It's just right now a better fighter than the Korean Zombie. Again, I'm just not. I just haven't been that impressed of the Korean Zombie so far. So he just needs to use his youth, and he needs to use his not youth, but use his, like, him being the younger man in the fight. And I would really like him to be very active to fight. Dan Ige is known for being active in the fight and throwing a lot of punches, but I would like him to be more active against the Korean Zombie, hurt the Korean Zombie, like, you know, kind of like Brian Ortega, and then you know, just pretty much just drive the Korean Zombie into the deep waters and try to stop him, because it's not like the Korean Zombie can't be knocked out. He could be knocked out. He did get knocked out by Yair Rodriguez, so he has got knocked out before. How many times have he got knocked out? Let's see, 3 times. So he has got knocked out before. So I would like Ige to just pretty much be very dominant, you know, on the feet, be very dominant on the ground. I just think Dan Ige is just a better fighter right now than the Korean Zombie. I like what I'm seeing from Dan Ige. You know, he's been improving ever since he lost to what's his name, Calvin Kattar. So I just think so that's pretty much the key for him to do, is to be the better dominant fighter on the ground and like, you know, in the stand-up fight, and just outpoint the Korean Zombie, because I think he could outpoint him in strikes. So yeah, so that's what Dan Ige needs to do. So yeah. So my final prediction for this fight, I can't wait for this fight. This is another tough fight to predict, but if I would have to pick one, I would probably have to lean more towards Dan Ige in this fight. Reason why is because, for one, like, he's the faster fighter than the Korean Zombie, a better grappler than the Korean Zombie. He's, you know, also the younger fighter. I've been impressed with what I'm seeing from Dan Ige so far. Not so impressed of the Korean Zombie so far. So I just think those advantages of him being a better grappler and him being a better striker than the Korean Zombie, in my opinion, don't judge me. I think that would really, like, play a big factor in winning a fight. So yeah, so that's my final prediction. I am going for Dan Ige. I predict Dan Ige to win by a wide unanimous decision. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm Fight Media 360, and thank y'all for watching this video.